and shook her head at me and was like, Mom, drop it. He's nervous. He doesn't really know this girl that he asked. Don't push it. I'll admit, I was annoyed. Maybe even a little hurt. I mean, I'd spent all this time scrolling online, researching flower trends for the prom because I don't even know his date, so I didn't know what she'd like, so I tried to find something cool, and then I had ordered it, and I'd taken the time to go down and get it and pay for it, and here I was trying to do something nice for him, and instead of being grateful, he's barking at me. Plus, this is his first prom. I mean, what does he know? We're going to get there, and then he's not going to have it? So I stuck the corsage in my purse, and we head out the door to go to the place where everyone is taking the photos before the prom. Now, once we walk in, Oak introduces us to his date, and she pulls out a boutonniere for his lapel and turns to my husband, Chris, and asks him, can you help me put this on Oakley's tux? I, of course, just could not help myself. I literally reach into my purse like I've got a winning lottery ticket, and I pull it out, and I'm like, Oakley said you didn't want something, but I had this made up for you, just in case. Oakley shot me a look. If he could have killed me with his eyes, he would have. And I immediately, based on how angry he was, I wished I had just kept my mouth shut. And he then turns to his date, and he kind of has this like, I'm so sorry look on his face. He's like, you don't have to wear it. And she looked back. She's like, it's okay, I'll wear it. But not with any level of enthusiasm. And that's when I noticed she had made her own corsage, which she was already wearing on one of her wrists. Kendall rolls her eyes. Chris shifted. I mean, if I could have just evaporated in that moment, like literally disappeared to another universe, I would have. Right then. Oakley like grabs the plastic container from me, and then he opens it up. Everybody's kind of standing there, very awkward and shifting, and then he slides the corsage on her free wrist, which she thankfully had extended. Whew. And then Chris pinned on the boutonniere. We took a couple photos. And then, out of nowhere, it starts to rain. And by rain, I mean downpour. No pictures outside. Everybody jams into the house. Rain hadn't been in the forecast. And not a single one of the 20 kids dressed in black tie or their parents had a rain jacket or an umbrella. I thought to myself, these kids are going to get soaked. But it didn't seem to faze the kids at all. They just kept talking in a group, carrying on like nothing was happening. And that's when I overheard them say, so, what do you guys want to do for dinner before prom? I leaned toward Oakley. You guys don't have a reservation for dinner before prom? Nope. I looked at my husband and said, they don't have a reservation for dinner? He shook his head. I guess not. Now, this didn't seem to bother my husband or my son, but boy, did it bother me. How the heck did 20 kids have no reservations or plans to eat before the prom? Our daughters, they'd had this stuff handled like a year in advance. But Oak and his friends, they're just, casually discussing their plans as a group. And I'm like, dude, what are you guys going to do for dinner? So he turns to me and says in that sort of nonchalant way that only a teenage boy can, I don't know, I think we're going to head out to Amigos. Now, Amigos Taqueria, it is a great little taco place in the center of our town, but it's got maybe 4 tables. The entire place is the size of a shed. Well, all the moms freeze, and even the dads are now like turning their heads and questioning the plan. So 20 kids, fully decked out in black tie, hair, makeup, heels, they're planning to head out into this rainstorm with no umbrellas or rain jackets to this tiny little shed that serves tacos that maybe 10 of them can squeeze inside of before the prom? Well, I couldn't help myself. You know that feeling when your body is like 2 steps ahead of you and you just can't stop yourself from saying something or doing something irrational? Well, that was me. I had to do something. And in my defense, I wasn't the only parent who started to intervene, because now dozens of parents are starting to swarm their kids in the group and trying to take control of the situation. Meanwhile, I break out my phone and I'm starting to search for restaurants that might have a reservation available for 20 people. Nothing. There was nothing. And I could kind of feel Kendall watching me, like when somebody's sort of hovering over you. And she just stood there as I started to kind of call out to the other parents. Hey guys, I can't find a reservation. I'll just look for a pizza place that delivers and we can have them deliver here. And that's when it happened. Kendall reached out and grabbed my forearm and she yanked her towards me and she looked me in the eyes and she's like, Mom, if Oakley and his friends want to go to a taco bar for pre-prom, let them. But it's too small for them to fit in and they're going to get soaked, Kendall. Mom, let them get soaked. But his sneakers are going to get ruined. Let them get ruined. Kendall, they're brand new. Mom, you're being annoying. Let them show up to prom in wet tuxedos and dresses. Let them ruin their hair. Let them go eat where they want. It's their prom, not yours. Just drop it. Let them. I'll tell you what, the effect was immediate. Something inside me softened. It's like I could feel the tension disappearing. My mind stopped racing, and the stress of trying to control what was happening just evaporated. Why did I need to get involved? Why did I have to manage the situation? He's 18 years old. He has a cell phone. Why not worry about what I was going to do for dinner tonight rather than what they were? Why am I stressing about them at all? Let them. It's their prom, not yours. Mel, stop controlling it and judging it and managing it and making it your job and just let them. So that's what I did. As the other parents just kept trying to micromanage their kids and keep them at the house and order the pizza, I just walked up to Oak and smiled. Now what? He said. Nothing. Here's $40 for Amigos. Have an awesome prom. He smiled wide. He gave me a huge hug and he said, thanks, Mom. We will. And then I watched as Oak and his date stepped out the door into the pouring rain. I watched them run through the storm and splash mud right up or down, and it ruined his new sneakers. And you want to know what? I didn't care. In fact, it was kind of cute. Little did I know, that one moment would fundamentally change my entire approach to life. Let them. What an amazing idea. Within a week, I could not believe how different I felt. I had started saying, let them, anytime I felt stressed, tense, or frustrated. And funny thing, I realized every time I said let them, it was always regarding other people. Let Oakley be mad that I'm not letting him stay out late tonight. Let Grandma read the news out loud. Did you hear about this? Let them do construction during the Monday morning commute. Let them leave dishes in the sink. Let my family be late to absolutely everything we do. Let my relatives be judgmental of my career. Let people hate the photo that I just posted online. Let my mother-in-law disagree with my parenting. Let them be sold out of bagels at the bakery. 2 simple words. Let them. Changed everything. It was as if I didn't care and was weirdly above it all. The things that used to bother me just didn't. The people who used to annoy me just didn't. The tight grip that I had on life, it just started to loosen up. Situations at work that would normally stress me out or cause me to go home and complain to my family just rolled right off my back. Brain space that was once overflowing with just dumb annoyances or drama or worries, it was now available for more important things. And the more I said, let them, the more I realized that a lot of what I worried about, not worth my time, nor did it deserve my attention. And not everyone was worth my energy. It was liberating. The more I said let them, the more time I had for myself. Time to think, time to breathe, time to have fun, time to spend on what mattered to me, time to take care of myself. I felt at ease, happy, and centered. And the impact, it was undeniable. Even Chris noticed. You seem different. And the fact is, I felt different. I felt so good, I just had to share this let them idea online. So I posted a 60-second video explaining the let them theory on social media. Here's what I said. I just heard about this thing called the let them theory. I freaking love this. If your friends are not inviting you out to brunch this weekend, let them. If the person that you're really attracted to is not interested in a commitment, let them. If your kids do not want to get up and go to that thing with you this week, let them. So much time and energy is wasted on forcing other people to match our expectations. And the truth is, if somebody, especially somebody you're dating or who's a friend or somebody you're trying to partner with in business, if they are not showing up how you need them to show up, do not try to force them to change. Let them be themselves because they are revealing who they are to you. Just let them. And then you get